Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday, the 4th of December, 2014. Hope you're having a good trading week. Here's a look at the ES front-month futures contract daily chart. Came back up, closing near closing highs, swept the highs of the year, as we often do here in the last month of the year when you've been up. NASDAQ side doing the same. You can see the NASDAQ side still a little bit off the highs, but generally holding that 10 EMA and looking decent. The big problem today, and this is the unfortunate part, is that volume dropped barely 1.5 and change billion shares on the NASDAQ. And that's very disappointing. We did have 1.7 on Monday and Tuesday, so to drop off here midweek instead of pick up is not great. We did have a huge day. A lot of nice trades, 6 out of 8 winners with market direction. A couple of them went really far. Baidu, Amazon, and BIIB in particular. So it's not that it's a bad environment for us. It's just that you'd love to see more volume. Makes for a little more likelihood of these trades following through and just gives you a better feeling overall of confidence. So don't like to see the volume drop off, but we'll see. Real quick, tomorrow on Thursday, we've got economic data. 2 hours before the bell, challenger job cuts. An hour before the bell, initial and continuing jobless claims. Those are the weekly numbers. An hour into the market, natty gas, and that's it. On Friday, though, keep in mind some big stuff. We've got the unemployment rate with the non-farm payroll data. That's important by itself. We've got trade balance, also important by itself. So Friday could see some excitement early between those two numbers, even though we tend to drift off as Friday wears on. So here's a look at the NASDAQ 100 index. You can imagine what that looks like. Stocks blasted to new highs. This is the semiconductors. Biotech's also closing at highs, but you'll notice, oh, we got recycled, so we don't have a 13 sell signal. We got a new 9 startup, so that whole setup is erased. Interesting on the biotechs. Well, that bodes well for the rest of the year then on the biotech index. Google lost a point. Apple gained a point, recovering from that plunge the other day. The VIX went lower, closing at 1303, and crude oil gained 50 cents to 67.37, but hanging very near the lows and basically forming a bear flag. You'll notice that 13 buy signal was basically the low close, which is always interesting. And here's the gold, which gained, had a new closing high for the last month or so on gold today. All right, let's look at the intraday action on the ES, the 5-minute chart on the front month contract. You can see we opened small gap up, filled it quick, drifted higher, was pretty flat. I mean, it really wasn't an exciting day. There was a little push at the close, but frankly, where we were about 20 minutes in is where we were with an hour left. So it's not like we were swinging back and forth violently. NASDAQ side, a little different, gapped up, plunged sharply, dropped really hard, and then kind of recovered to that, held it flat all through lunch, and drifted back to the highs for the end of the day. All right, so that's what we're looking at is 2 days left in the week, 2 more full weeks after that in December, and then we head into the holiday season in terms of Christmas anyways and New Year's. Those last 2 weeks of the year are usually pretty late. We mostly just call it intraday in terms of the action. Don't focus on the daily charts because you're not going to find a lot of breakouts at that point. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. We will be in the lab calling the trades as usual on Thursday and Friday. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us or tweet us. Have a great trading week.